I'm going to date myself here, but I started my career as a programmer working on remote access systems. Some of you may have heard of the company, US Robotics. You may remember those
Yeah,
modems that made noise, right?
yeah, yeah. I remember
So
that.
I used to work on those chassis that went into, here's another legacy term, internet service providers is, NOTs. So that's where I started. This was back in Chicago in the early 90s. Then Silicon Valley came calling, and I worked on some of the early VPN gateways, on some of the early IPsec standards, and I even looked at Skipjack and a bunch of other stuff. But really, in the late 90s, I worked on some of those early VPN gateway systems. Then I kind of transitioned into fixed wireless. We were solving for the last mile problem, then into enterprise wireless, and then ultimately, I co-founded Resilink. I worked mostly through startups. I did spend some time at Cisco where I ended up through an acquisition. But the startups have always been my passion, and this idea was just too good to not go after.
I love that. Yeah, I love the feeling of a startup. It's just there's so much exciting about it. I still feel like we're a startup in a lot of ways, even though we're 11 years and not necessarily
Yeah.
considered a startup. Like we're in such hyper growth mode that as a company is expanding, they're always hitting ceilings that they have to break through, and
Yep.
creating new processes, building new relationships, new partnerships, having to do different new things. And I just find
Yeah.
I find it so exciting.
Yeah, everything you said there, I was like, I can identify with every single thing here. We've been in business for 13 years, and yeah, we're also not considered a startup anymore. But every single day, it's like, let's break down this problem, right? Let's go solve for this. Here's something new we can do. It's just amazing. It's a lot of fun.
It's great. It's great. Now, what is the ideal customer profile for you as you're kind of expanding, obviously in the supply chain, but what's kind of on the small end, on the large end? Is there a certain niche you're looking for? Is it really any kind of manufacturing or supply chain participant? You, what's the ideal area?
So while our software is very standard and applies across industries, without any modification. So, you could have a high tech company, and you could also have a CPG company use our software without, any modifications. Our company level focus, though, is on a set of ICPs, and we're very laser focused on them. So, high tech, automotive, and heavy machinery, pharmaceuticals, medical devices, aerospace and defense, and increasingly the US federal government. The common theme across all of these industries for us is large organizations, complex supply chains that are global, and overlap of supply chains within industries and across our ICPs.